Time to get to Cosmic. Have yet to play a real deck. Time to load. Time to load up Angus. Yep, and it's fine. No, we'll go back to playing cute metagame decks when people stop playing things that are awkward. Because Josephina, definitely a metagame deck. Not not good on in terms of raw power level. Burn your guy. Hey, there's our fourth ruby shard. Send this upstairs. Let you know who's boss. This is what this game is about. Taking this card and pointing it up. Burn the brave. Hey, look at that. A Might Singer. We don't care about that drawing cards because we're just going to run them down. Yep. Yep, basically. Play sweet decks that are in metagame positions when you get to the top of the ladder, not when you're on your way up. He's at 16. He's at a virtual 12 because of our champion power. This guy's going to be big starting next turn. That's annoying. And then the answer to the question is doesn't matter. Attacks, sure. Probably have to burn this. That's unfortunate. And by unfortunate, I mean haha, never didn't have it. Actually, so now the question becomes, am I supposed to just aggro face? So they trade here, take 5, go to 11. This puts them to 7. These are not lethal, so yeah, so I'll just kill their troops here. Give them the old champ power, a Rooney. Just do this now. We don't get crocked next turn this way either. Not be surprised to see them jump. What's the worst case here? They go Shard, Greenpaw, Emancipator, Champ Power. Could lose if they do that. Okay, yep. I should stop talking about what their best possible situations are. Alright, well, we hit that. I should just, like, play this and crunch, right? Yeah, I should play this and crunch because this makes it burn to the ground now. So you can, like, trade here and then trade these two for this, but I'm fine with that because then if I draw a shard, they die. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So they're dead to a shard. If we're not drawing shards, hopefully they're still dead anyways. Did do a Crackling Bolt too. Crackling Bolt puts him to 5. And then, yeah, Dad did the Crackling Bolt, dead to Shard. I already used 2 Crackling Bolts. Plenty of Shards in my deck, though. Hey, you like that one. Alright, so... Bring on the Burning Tendrils. Bring on the Lasgar's Vengeance. Psychotic Anarchist, pretty bad on the draw. Pathetic Performer's probably not the worst card I could have in my deck, especially if I'm bringing in extra Lasgar's Vengeance. Let's give this a try. I don't claim to be an Angus expert, but I can at the very least bring in extra Searing Blazes against the green creature deck. Yeah, seems fine. Should I board in a Witch in anticipation of Karns and Clucks? Well, Witch is not good against Carnosaur. If I see Harvest Moon, I'm going to bring in Witch for the 3rd game, but I'm really... Witch is like comically bad against Karn. I'm actually going to pass the turn here, because I think I'd rather burn a Runir Hierophant or a Might Singer here rather than the Howling Brave. They're playing Storm Drummer in their deck. Okay, to each their own. Alright, probably not winning this game. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely killing their 4-3 though. It did. Why is... Their deck is an interesting collection of cards. I guess this, technically, these get bigger from... What's it called? I'm blanking on the name. That's... Yep. These get bigger from Green Paw, I suppose. Alright, Storm Drummer, I think, means I'm gonna cut the Bolt Spasms on the play. This card is pretty good against Bolt Spasm. Don't really want those in my deck if they've got Storm Drummers. No play. No play? God bless. Alright, sweet. Cremate. Yeah, that's probably fine. If this hits for 4, can actually have a chance this game. Okay. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. Go Green Paw, Champion Power. Hit me for 1, 2, 5. It's a little gross. Naked Croc, sure. So next turn, I ship with this, they block, I cremate this, and then I'm up a burn to the ground. So if we just run off some non-shards here, we could be a good spot. Yeti would be good too here. There's Speak of the Bolt Spasms, and they will appear. Man, if this was Anarchist right now, I'd be in a great spot. Yeah, I think we just go ahead and ship in with this, though. Not like to activate that. They have another 5-drop here. Take 3, go to 6. Hopefully if they have another croc, we rip Burning Tendrils like a professional. Green Paw, I would still like to rip Burning Tendrils. They missed a point of damage there. Crackling Bolt. Is that lethal? This puts them to 8. This puts them to 4. This is 1 short. Yeah, this is 1 short, right? This is 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. This would have been Anarchist. I would have killed them. It's definitely going to be Anarchist on the play. I should just, like, always board this card out. I hate this card. It's good. It's good. It's good for your nut draws, but it's real bad on anything outside of your nut draw. And now the question becomes, am I supposed to send this upstairs, or am I supposed to kill this? I have to kill this. Send this here. Do this. Then any bolt, burn, fireball is lethal next turn. I'm going to take this just since they left this back. If they attack with everything here, I don't think I take this trade, but the fact they left that back means the Bolt Spasm's just not doing anything. Alright, a lot of live ones. That is not one of them. Should probably play around Wild Growth here and do this for 5. Gargolith, sure. Why is Gargolith in your deck postboard? Seems a little loose. At any rate, why is Bolt Spasm in our deck postboard? Would have won that game 10 out of 10 if it would have been Psychotic Anarchist. Do I want this extra performer? I don't think so. Let's just save and run with it. I'd like to go first. Sounds great. No 1-drop. Excellent. So it has to have a Karn, right? It's like your hand's not keepable if you don't have a 1-drop or a Karn. Huh. So like here's a real question. Do I play around a Carnosaur here? I feel like I should. I feel like the Psychotic Anarchist is important enough that I'm going to play around. I don't have a, like, if I had a 3-drop to play, or like a second Psychotic Anarchist, I think I'd just jam this. But, excuse me, since I have Burn and Fireball here, I'm just going to pass the turn. And then I can kill like a Might Singer here. Chlorophilia, sure. This is worst case scenario for us since they got to accelerate without us having pressure. But I think this is the optimal line. Like I said, I think whether or not you wait there like I did mostly depends on like what the context of the rest of our hand is. And because we didn't have a lot else going on other than this Psychotic Anarchist early, I think it's worth waiting a turn just to make sure it gets to do what it's doing. Like I said, I also think that if my opponent's playing well, they're not keeping a hand without a 1-drop if it doesn't have something like a Karn in it, but they could have also kept their hand on the back of the Chlorophilia, so... Oh, there's the Carnosaur that we get to kill with this burn. Play well, hopefully get rewarded. Maybe get Wild Growth here, which would be bad for us, but we did not. Another Chlorophilia, sure. Hey, turtle. Huh. I think I'm actually just gonna play around Croc here. I think I just have enough going on. I'm just not gonna play this Mama Yeti out into a Crocosaur. I think if he has a Crocosaur, he probably needs to play it out just as a blocker here. And like they're at 11 and we've got 10, 14 points of damage in our hand, plus this Mama Yeti, so... And this game, I think, does a good example of showing, like, people often talk about, like, these decks, like, not having decisions and, like, being brainless, and like, people always salt off about, you know, these decks not being good and no skill, blah, 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 blah. And really, there's a lot of decisions that you make sequencing-wise with a lot of these decks and a lot of these games. You gonna Gargolith me here? Because then I'll Fireball your guy again. Yeah, I'm gonna Fireball your guy again. And then next turn I will jam this Mama Yeti down your throat, and you will die to these Lasgar's Vengeances. Battle time. Battle time. Battle time. Battle time. Hey, Skur. Good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. This is not one of my normal stream times, but my oldest has been sick lately, and he was up most of the night, so I slept fairly late this morning, ended up missing my normal stream time, so welcome. Normally I stream a little bit earlier than this. If you're new to the channel, hope you're enjoying the content. Be sure to show that support if you're enjoying the content by using the follow or subscribe buttons below the stream. Stream 4 or more days a week. Seems pretty good. Wish we were on the play. Always wish we were on the play. Hashtag constructed. Hashtag Angus, really. Just like, wish we were on the play. Has a 1-drop of his own. Yep. The very classic play my Bolt Spasm, kill your Bolt Spasm, kill you. JVL's been playing they're basically playing an Angus deck that's good in the mirror. They're playing Angus with a champion that has more life and that draws some cards. Scale of 1 to dead, probably pretty dead. Needed to be on the play to have a chance in this kind of matchup. It doesn't really start with 7 bonus health because of the champion power. Like, you start with, like, 3 bonus health, sometimes less than that. So the drawing cards is relevant, but your bonus health is like 3 at most. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, right. Yep. And their hand was phenomenal on the play. Just not a whole lot to be done there. I don't really think I want Lasgar's Vengeance in the mirror. Pretty happy with Psychotic Anarchist on the play. You think I'm just going to be like super troop based on the play here? Bring in some Burning Tendrils and Pyretic Performers. I guess there's Rapace. I'm just going to go full troops on the play. Which having more troops might be reason to bring in Lasgar's Vengeance. I don't know. We'll try this. There are 23 shards in this deck. Whoa! Oh, jeez. Well, that first hand was phenomenal. Thankfully, this hand is reasonable as well. That first hand was great, though. It had Bolt Spasm on the play. Now I feel stupid. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this and pass the turn. Pyretic Performer is going to make a Scorch for us. That'll kill this Bolt Spasm, so I'd rather just send the Crackling Bolt upstairs here. Another Bolt Spasm. My 3-1's a little more expensive, but it gets to kill Flame Tongue Kavu, your 3-1 at least. So I'll die to a burn. Yep. Hopefully we had a Ruby Shard here so we can do this into Ruby Shard for Fireball, kill this. Stone dead to a Mama Yeti here. Matriarch of their own. Yep. Alright, I mean, there's a series of cards they could have that allow us to win this game. Realistically, Nero, I probably won't be Cosmic until after the CCS for the same reason I wasn't Cosmic till after this previous CCS. All of my off-stream Hex time this week is going to be testing with people off the ladder for the CCS. Because decks I have that I'm working on for the CCS, I'm not going to be playing on the ladder. The CCS is this weekend. It's Saturday. Sure. Lead on my Bolt Spasm. No, the rated hex folks are more casual players. I have a group of players that are mostly people that I used to play Magic with. Kent Ketter, L.A. Andrazi, a couple of Matt Bamonte, one of the guys that's local to me that I play with. Top 8 at a couple of opens back in the day. So long, Lasgar's Vengeance, my old friend, main deck Withering Touch, that's aggressive. That's a good draw. What is the CCS? The CCS is a $5,000 cash hex tournament this weekend. First place is $2,000. It is at the end of every hex season, the top 64 players from the constructed and limited ladders get invites to play in this cash tournament with 128 players. Sure, so you're still pretty dead here, right? Shard. Dead. Alright, bed to shard, did the non-shards. We'll probably record some of the testing. How much testing we record will probably be proportional to how interesting the deck lists we are that we end up playing. Huh. I actually think I'm just gonna cut Lasgar's Vengeance and bring in the 2 extra Burning Tendrils here. I don't think I really want to do anything else. Yep, hand's great. Delay this Bolt Spasm on 1 that trades with their 2-drop, which is fine. Like trading my 1-drop for their 2-drop is fine. In the event that they don't have a Carnosaur, this Bolt Spasm basically gets thrown away with the game, especially since we get to go Baby Yeti into Bird their Might Singer if they don't have a play here. Did I just play another Cremate, another Burning Tendrils or something show? Alright, would like to hit another shard. I should add a 24th shard back into this deck. Zooch played 23 at the CCS, and that's what everyone's been on for forever, and I just copied his list, but I always find myself wanting to draw more shards in this deck. Alright. So this has a sacrifice gem in it, so I'm going to go ahead and burn this Dreadling so I don't have a troop to make this larger. If we hit a shard here, we're probably going to win. If we hit shards the next 2 turns, we're probably going to win the game. If we brick off, we're going to die. Hey, look at that. We bricked off and we're probably going to die. Oh, that's unfortunate. Snapping off this trade if they offer it. Yeah, didn't think so. Happy with that. Yeah, just Burning Tendrils, this, and then I'm going to offer this trade the Bolt Spasm for the Exarch of the Egg since I have 2 Mama Yetis in my hand. That's a big bunny. Alright, shard. Wow, what fucking sick beats. Just hit one of the 2 spider eggs in our deck so this bird plus fireball can't kill the Rudy Hierophant. God, that's gross. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna. This is like what I talked about earlier. Like we're like sub 5% to win that game. So like, don't waste your time. The ladder's about playing more games quickly. Just concede the games where you're sub 5% to win and play more games. I mean, we did have two spider eggs in our deck, so naturally, this hand's a little medium, but probably a keep. Again, don't have a lot going on in our hand other than this baby yeti, so we're gonna hold up a bird for a card. It's far less resource efficient than playing Crackling Bolt, but the upside is higher. Harvest Moon, sure. There's someone with a little respect. Can appreciate that. Harvest Moon's the type of card that if you want to beat Angus, it's a card you need to be playing. Alright, doesn't have a card here. That's Monsoon, sure. Are they playing a Crusader deck? They must be, right? Like, why else would you have Monsoon in your deck? Sure, 2 burns. Take your pick. So long, Crackling Bolt. Alright, kill this. Come on. Just, like, always want to draw Shard. God bless. Alright. Can't get Croc next turn either, so just, like, slam into them for 6 here. Down to 7. Now we want to draw non-shards. I'm gonna get Hero Fall in here. And we need to kill them before this flips up. Second Harvest Moon's probably the end of the game. Without Mama Yetis in our deck. I suppose we could hit a Matriarch here to possibly get back in this game. Another Baby Yeti's not going to do it. Kill that. I suppose there's a world where they're exceptionally unlucky and just draw a bunch of shards. Conceding to your troop that gains extra life. Probably conceding to that too. The Yetis are here, and they are angry. No, we're dead to a shard with this attack. Sure. Your game's fun.